Hi guys, good evening. How's it going? Great, good to see you. So, how was your weekend, guys? Good. All right, so our lesson today is going to be our new chapter, Unit 11, and we will do pages 82 and 83. Okay, guys? So, we are opening a new unit. Make sure you do your homework, okay, guys, from the previous unit. Try to do the eye checker from Unit 10. That will help a lot, and try to update the workbook exercises from Unit 10, okay? All right, guys, let's take a look at an image first, and then we can move on, okay? Just a second. Okay, guys, take a look at this woman. This is an optical illusion called spinning dancer. And I'd like you to tell me if she is moving to the left or to the right. So spend some time looking at her. See if, for example, she changes the direction of her movement. Okay, did you notice that? Yes, so this is optical illusion, right? In this case here, she may be moving to the left, but then after some time, she seems to be moving to the right. Yeah, this is quite interesting, isn't it? Okay, guys, so let's go over to our page there in the book. Let's move back to our page, just a second. This, guys, is page 82, okay, from our book, Unit 11, Seeing is Believing. That's really nice. So guys, the focus of this unit, of course, is modals, modals of probability. We will also see some phrasal verbs, and by the end of the unit, the everyday English part is going to be expressing attitude. Okay, so let's take a look at some other optical illusions here. Um, in this first exercise here in the starter, can you find 8 people, 3 animals, an old lady, 5 young ladies, a word, the color red, parallel lines, and a musical instrument? So let's take a look at them and see where you can find all of these things. So for example, 8 people. Can you find 8 people here in any of these optical illusions? I'm not very good at this. Yeah, this is really hard. I could find the word. I don't know if you can, but if you tilt your head like this a little bit, you can see there the word liar. Yes, just tilt your head a little bit here to the side, and you can see here the word liar. All right. The word, okay, perfect. The color red, I can find the color red here. Okay. Parallel lines, yes, probably here. Now, a musical instrument, yeah, here. Okay. An old lady. Let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah, in this picture, we can actually see both situations. We can see an old lady and we can also see a young woman, okay, facing the other side here. Um, three animals. Let's see if we can see three animals. Here we have one, an elephant. This one here, a rabbit. Now on the other side, we can also have a duck. So that makes three animals. Okay. All right. So three animals, okay, perfect. So let me just take here the ones that we've already found. Okay. Let's see there. We found the color red, parallel lines, yes, a musical instrument, an old lady, okay. Three animals, yes. A word, okay. We found a word, of course. Hi, Mateus. Hi, Mateus. Good evening. Good to see you. So we are doing exercise 1 from page 82, okay? Yay, good to see you. Hi, Mateus. So if you have your book, it's page 81, all right? Oops, let me clear the drawing here. All right. So I'm just marking here the things that we are able to see in these optical illusions. So we could find, for example, okay, no problem, Mateus, that's okay. We could find a word here in the optical illusion. So if you can see here, if you tilt your head to the side, you can see a liar. Okay, that's the word liar. Okay. Then we found the color red, parallel lines here, number 3. Okay. A musical instrument, we could find that here in number 8. We could find a sax. Okay. An old lady. So an old lady is here, number 7. Okay. Now the ones that we need to find, 8 people and 5 young ladies. 5 young ladies, my goodness, that's really hard. But 8 people, okay, we can start. For example, here we can have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. 3 people there. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So 8 people. Okay. No problem. So here, let's mark that. Now 5 young ladies. Let's see if we can do that. Here, there are 3. We can see 3 people here. 1, 2, and the big one, 3. The other one here, 4. Yes, the young lady looking that way. And here, another young lady, 5. Okay, we were able to find everything. Good, excellent, guys. So, perfect. We were able to see everything. Optical illusion is something, right? I have this video here that shows some other optical illusions. I will just show you the beginning so you can see what we are talking about. Let me try to share this, okay? Let me turn the sound on. It's a little long, but I'll just show you the beginning, okay, guys? So let's take a look there.
Hello everyone. We are used to thinking that our brains are practically perfect, and despite the predictions of a machine uprising, scientists reply that artificial intelligence will never be comparable to human intelligence. However, even the weakest computer won't be fooled by an optical illusion, while our biocomputer fails when it sees simple patterns. You'll see that today. If your brain isn't ready to explode by the end of the video, you're probably just a robot. Let's get it on. Floating star. This illusion is called floating star, and here is our question. Is the image in front of you completely static, or is the star rotating slowly against the background?
Yeah, here we can clearly see a big green star moving,
Your sight
rotating
convinces you that the
slowly.
image is moving, but common sense insists on the first option, and it's right in this case. In 2012, this picture wasn't even a finalist in the Illusion of the Year contest, held by NeuralCorrelate.com together with medical labs, which is totally undeserved, don't you think? It creates an incredibly strong effect of fluid motion, and the brain refuses to perceive the image as static. Mask of Love. Let's make it a little harder, shall we? You're looking at a rather original Venetian mask. It doesn't rotate or change color, just look at it closely and try to find out what's so unusual about it. We'll give you time to find out what it is. So, were you able to solve the mystery of the mask? If you weren't, don't be upset. This illusion was a finalist in the contest we've already mentioned, and very few people noticed that the face of the mask actually consists of two different faces. To be more exact, a man and a woman kissing each other. The most interesting thing is that now, once you know this, your brain can switch between the two possible interpretations of the mask, making two faces or one face appear alternately. It works, doesn't it? This kind of illusion, where the viewer experiences two equally possible interchangeable stable states in perception, is known as bistable illusion. The simplest and most famous of them is the Necker cube, where you can change the perspective using the force of your mind. Fractal tunnel. In this case, we should warn you. If you easily get car sick or can't stand flashing objects, go straight to the next image. If you're ready, then try this. First, concentrate on the center point of the picture, and then quickly move your gaze to any other part of the picture and then back again. Are you still here, or have you flown off into another dimension? You've just encountered a throbbing fractal illusion. We agree it's not the most pleasant of all visual deceptions. In addition to pulsation, some people also experience the effect of falling inside this tunnel, but many also experience unpleasant side effects like dizziness and nausea. By the way, did you manage to look until the end, or did you take your eyes off the screen? The Troxler effect. It's simple and amazing at the same time. Focus on the cross in the center of the picture. Don't move or blink, and a miracle will happen. Impressed? Of course, the magic of the Cheshire Cat has nothing to do with it. There could just be a blue circle instead, which would also disappear. What you've just experienced is the Troxler effect, named after the Swiss physician and philosopher Ignaz Troxler. In 1804, the scientist discovered that a rigid fixation of the gaze on an element of the visual field could cause the surrounding still images to gradually disappear. The effect occurs with any static stimulus, but it's especially noticeable in low-contrast images. Scintillating grid. Shall we continue to play tricks on our poor brain? Then here is an extremely difficult task for it. There are 12 black dots on this grid. Try to find them all. The countdown starts now.
Yeah, what are you able to find? That's tricky.
Honestly, we weren't kidding you. The image is actually completely still, and the dots are there all the time. But as soon as you concentrate on just 3 of them, the rest mysteriously disappear from view. That's why its creator, Will Kerslake, called it the scintillating grid illusion. Tilted picture. It's immediately apparent that the right photo is taken from a slightly different angle, but we'll give you a little more time to see if you can find any other differences. We have to be honest, we tricked you, and there actually are no differences between these pictures. You probably don't understand either. They are the same picture, pixel by pixel. It's the same photo, and they're not taken from different angles. We understand that this is quite hard to believe. Many users have uploaded the images to Photoshop to superimpose them on top of each other and check for themselves, and the pictures matched completely. Magic arrow. If your neurons have not yet begun to boil, this is a critical moment for them. First, a test of basic logic. If an arrow pointing to the right is rotated 180 degrees, where would it point? Your answer is correct, except that it doesn't work with the creation of the Japanese mathematician and optical illusionist Kokichi Sugihara. You can turn this arrow over and over again, and each time it will only point to the right. Do you feel the steam coming out of your ears like in a cartoon too? This illusion tricks not only our brain, but even a mirror. In the reflection, the arrow stubbornly points in the opposite direction. Perhaps it's time to find out the secret of this witchcraft. You just have to look at the arrow from above. Turns out to be a complex 3-dimensional geometrical figure. Color perception. You watch this little animation and remember what color the girl's coat is. You can also see optical illusions in a video as well. Is it red? Okay, and the shoes? Okay, we didn't actually ask you to remember that, but there's still no difference because the animation is all black and white. No kidding. Only the grid superimposed over the clip is colorful. The same technique also works with static images. Its creator, Øyvind Kurlas, first performed this visual experiment on a photograph. Moreover, it works not only with a colorful grid, but also with dots and even text. Illusion test. Now you need to act quickly and rely only on first impressions, so we'll give you just a few seconds to think. So, what did you see first, a woman or a skull? The picture you were looking at is an ambiguous image. It's a type of optical illusion based on the brain's capacity for multi-stable perception. That is, the ability to be aware of one image in several ways at once. The creators of this test claim that it demonstrates your true sense of self. If you first saw the outline of the skull, you are ready to withstand any challenge and have strong leadership qualities. If your brain first paid attention to the figure of the woman, then it's time to fight insecurity. But at the same time, you're very creative. Of course, you could take this test with a pinch of salt. On the other hand, dual images are a real research tool in psychology. My wife and my mother-in-law. Do you want to see how well the scientists at Flinders University in Australia work? It's extremely simple. Take a quick look at the picture and tell us what you see.
Can you see both women here? Yeah, here we have this old woman, and then if you see the other side,
there's
it's
more
the
than
young
one person.
Yeah.
You're looking at another ambiguous image known as My Wife and My Mother-in-Law, which appeared back in 1915. You can see either a woman turning away or the profile of an older woman looking to the left. Let us help you if you still haven't discerned either one. The young woman's chin is in the place of the old woman's nose, and the old woman's chin is in the place of the girl's neck. Got it? So, which one of the ladies did you see first? If the young one, then let us guess, you're under 30. At least psychology professors say that that's how it works. Their experiment showed that the perception of the illusion depends on the age, and people over 30 usually see the old lady first. Didn't it work? Maybe you're just an exception to the rule. Moving picture. In case of this illusion, no effort is required. You don't even need to concentrate. On the contrary, relax your eyes and let your gaze wander freely over this image. So, as legend has it, Galileo Galilei said, "And yet it moves." If you're already Googling stress medication, then you too have bought into a popular myth. This illusion went viral on the internet. It's supposedly a fatigue test invented by Japanese psychotherapist Yamamoto Hashima. The idea is that the faster the picture spins, the more tired you are. Coffer illusion. Congratulations, you've reached the finish line. Here's your final challenge. Focus on the cross in the center of the image and see if your perception of the picture changes. Take your time, we'll wait. Almost certainly, you have experienced a kind of gestalt switch. At some point, it starts to seem that the pattern is composed only of circles, and then suddenly squares reappear in their place. The picture, which looks more like a bar of chocolate, is known as the coffer illusion. This simple illusion has given rise to a major scientific debate. Scientists are trying to figure out what changes when we switch between patterns. Our visual perception, or just our mental attitude? What do you think? Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action, only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Well, follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel Private Diary reveals the deepest secrets. Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh my goodness, this is really bad. Okay, guys. So, wow, incredible, wasn't it, Mateus? What did you think? So let's take a look at this first activity here. Look, two people are discussing the optical illusions on this page, okay? Here are some lines from their conversation. Which optical illusion does each line refer to? So let's see the first one here. Can you visualize that? Yes, look. It looks like a man playing the saxophone. Which optical illusion is that? So we go down here. Sorry. Can you see that? Yes, that's the one. So number 8 looks like a man playing the saxophone. So here you can see that the part in bold is the focus of our exercise to show us how to describe something when we are not absolutely sure about it. Okay, so let me try to highlight this as well. Okay, so the first one, it looks like a man playing the sax. Oh, that was very bad. I didn't choose that color. So let me try to erase that. Sorry, Mateus. Let's get another color here. Okay. All right, much better. The next one, that must be a candlestick in front of her face. Which illusion is that? Yes, number 4. Okay, very good. So let's just put the numbers there. This one here is number 8. Okay. Oh, candlestick is this thing here. Can you see that? Yes. A candlestick is something that you use to put a candle inside, to hold the candle. Okay. Yes. Can you visualize the candlestick here in the middle? Yeah. So next one, that can't be the same color. Yes, number 1, right? We clearly see red and green, and then here pink and green. So that can't be the same color. So that would be number 1. The next one, she might be wearing a feather in her hat. Feather, Mateus, is the same as pena, okay? From a bird. Birds have feathers, okay? So here, what are they talking about? Picture number 7, okay? Look, when we see the young lady, we can, I don't know, try to make out what it means here. It can be a feather, so it might be a feather, okay? So what number is that? Number 7. Okay. Next one. It can't have 5 legs. What are they talking about? Probably the elephant, right? If you start counting here, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impossible. Elephants with 5 legs? No. So that's number 2. Okay. Now letter F. It could be a duck or a rabbit. Let's see here. Yes, that's number 5. Okay. I can see a rabbit if I look to the right, but if I look to the left, I can see a duck. Okay. So that could be a duck or a rabbit. This is number 5. Okay. Good. Now letter G. The one on the left must be longer. What are they talking about? Oh, look. Which line is longer? The one on the left or the one on the right? It seems to be the one on the left. Yeah, me too. I also think that's the one on the left. But no, they are the same size. Incredible, isn't it? Yeah, believe it or not. So this is number 9, optical illusion number 9. Okay, now it looks like someone wearing glasses. Mhm. This one here looks like a person wearing glasses. So number 6, okay, it's crazy, isn't it? No, letter I. It looks wobbly, like jelly. Yeah. Number 3, of course, looks like, the lines are not fixed. They are moving. Yeah. So, okay, number 3. And then finally, the dots must be creating the illusion. So, which dots are they talking about? The only one that has dots is the one in number 3. Is there any other with dots? No. So that's the only one. Okay, repeat number 3. Let's check the answers. Yes, everything okay. All right, good. So now let's see the words that I was highlighting in the beginning that help us talk about something when we are not sure about it. So look at the words. Let me put the right color. In the first one, we have the expression looks like. It looks like this, or it looks like that when we are describing a picture. Letter B, that must be a candlestick. So I say that basically when I'm sure about something. It's like I strongly believe, okay? Because I can see the candle here, so that must be a candlestick. Letter C we have there, can't be. Oh no, that can't be the same color. So I don't believe it's the same color. No way, impossible. Letter D, she might be wearing a feather in her hat. So she might be wearing, it's because I'm not sure about this image. So I don't know exactly what it is, okay? It might be a feather, who knows? It can't have 5 legs. What is it talking about? Picture number 2. And I'm saying that it's impossible for an elephant to have 5 legs. So now the next one. It could be a duck or a rabbit. So it's possible. When there is some kind of possibility, even if it's remote, we can say that, oh, it could be, okay? It could be a rabbit or a duck, okay? All right. Next one. The one on the left must be longer. So I firmly believe that this line is longer. So that must be longer. Look. Okay. So next one. It looks like someone wearing glasses. So here, look. Okay. So I can say that it looks like it has the appearance of someone wearing glasses. And here in letter I, we have something a little bit different, talking about the appearance of the image, right? It looks wobbly, like jelly, when jelly moves from one side to the other. So this is what it looks. So it looks, and then we put an adjective, okay? And next one, the dots must be creating the illusion. So here we are assuming, we are making a deduction. We don't know exactly what is creating the illusions, but we are almost absolutely sure that the dots are creating. Okay, so we say, look, the dots must be creating the illusion because actually these lines, they are not wobbly, they are fixed parallel lines. So the only explanation is, the dots. They must be creating the illusion. Okay, people. So now, let's listen to the full conversation where you will see, you will actually hear some people talking about the illusions, okay? So you don't need to point to the picture they are talking about, it's not necessary, but we will try to identify, okay? So okay, let's go. We'll try again. Okay.
Unit 11, Track 20, Optical Illusions.
How many colors can you see?
3 if you don't include white. Green, pink, and red.
No. Look again. There's only 2, pink and green. When the pink's next to the green, it looks red.
Really? I don't think so. They can't be the same color. Well, maybe. What about this one? The girl. That must be a candlestick in front of her face.
Yes, you can see one girl behind a candlestick, or 2 girls looking at each other.
Oh, yes, amazing. 3 girls then. And that one, it looks like a man playing the saxophone.
Or another girl. Look in the shadows.
Yes, I can see her now. She's wearing a hat and lipstick.
Do you think so? Can you see any more people?
Yes, that looks like someone wearing glasses, and that one is an old lady, and I'm not sure, but I think she might be wearing a feather in her hat.
I can also see a young lady with a feather and a fur coat. And I can see the word liar.
Really? I can't see either of those.
Okay, try this. Count the legs on that elephant.
1, 2, 3. It can't have 5 legs. That's a clever drawing. So is that one. It could be a duck or a rabbit. It depends how you look at it.
The square looks strange, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks wobbly, like jelly.
But the lines are all straight and parallel.
No, they can't be.
Well, they are. If you look line by line, you'll see.
I suppose the dots must be creating the illusion.
And the last one. Which line's longer?
Well, the one on the left must be longer.
Get your ruler and measure.
They're the same size. Of course, I should have known.
Interesting, isn't it? The tricks your eyes can play?
Amazing, isn't it? So if you get your ruler and measure, you will see that these 2 lines are the same size. Incredible. Okay, Mateus. So let's take a look here. What is the truth about each one? We've already seen that, we've discussed, right? So just so you know here, of course, it's impossible for an elephant to have 5 legs. It has only 4. But the optical illusion gives us the impression that it has 1 extra leg here. But no, it doesn't. That's confusing, isn't it? The more you keep looking at the elephant, you try to make out the 4 legs the way they should be, but it's not so simple. It's difficult. Yeah, That's really awkward. Anyway, which two optical illusions can the woman not see? Do you remember? So let's see there. Let's check out the answers. Here we have the order of images discussed, okay, during the listening. Here we have the explanation of each optical illusion, okay. And here, look, the woman can't see the young lady with the feather and the fur coat or the word liar. She wasn't able to see that, okay. All right, let's close that and take a look here at the grammar spot. So let's see, guys. Which of these sentences is the most sure? Take a look at the three sentences and tell me which one is like almost 100% sure. There it is, the first one. Okay, which two sentences are less sure? Could be a duck, it might be a duck. So just to show us that when we are sure about something, even though we may be wrong, but when we show like a lot of certainty about something, we use must with the verb to be, okay? And I'm describing something, talking about something. So here, oh, it must be a duck. Look. All right. The above sentences all mean, I think it's possible that it is a duck. So what does it can't be a duck mean? Suppose if I want to say, oh no, it can't be a duck, it's a rabbit. So it can't be a duck means that I'm almost sure that it's not possible to be a duck. Okay, so when I'm sure something is possible, absolutely sure, or almost absolutely sure, I say must be. And the contrary is also true. When I'm absolutely sure it's not possible, I can use this modal here, can't be. Okay, so it can't be a duck. It's impossible to be a duck. I don't believe it's a duck. Okay, now compare the sentences. Where do we use like? Take a look there. When do we use like, actually? So here we have the first one. Mhm. The third one. Okay, so we have two situations where we use like. The first one, it looks like a man playing the saxophone. And the third, you look like your mother. So here, guys, like is not being used as a verb. No, it's being used as a way of comparing, like a conjunction when you're comparing something. So it looks like a man, it looks, you look like your mother, okay? Now look at the example of the continuous infinitive. So take a look here. She might be wearing a feather. She might be wearing a feather here. I'm kind of guessing, but I'm not sure. So I'm saying, she might be wearing a feather here. I don't know. So in this case, they are saying that the structure here is the continuous infinitive because I'm using the infinitive after the modal verb, be, and after that, I'm using a verb in the present participle with ing, okay? So it's another way to describe something. All right, Mateus? So here we are done with this page. Let's zoom out. This page actually introduces the idea of modal verbs, the meaning of modals of probability, okay? And using phrases like look like, okay? And also phrases like it looks, to talk about the appearance of something. For example, if I talk about my physical appearance in relation to my parents, I look like my father. I look like my father. So I'm very similar to my father, physically speaking. I don't look like my mother. Okay? All right? So let's take a look at the next page here. So the next page is really short. Okay? It's about still talking about modals, right? Giving us more examples on how to use modal verbs. And the topic is fact or fiction. So here, the question is, do you believe these statements are true or false? Use modal verbs in your comments. So to talk about these things, right? Use modal verbs. So example, number one, let me zoom in so you can see better. The first one says, lightning never strikes in the same place twice. Lightning never strikes in the same place twice. So what do you think? Do you agree with this? Do you think it's true? So one person might say, oh, that must be true. I've often heard this. Or it could be true, but I'm not sure. Okay, so what do you think? I believe it's true. So I would say this. Oh yeah, that must be true. I've always heard that. So it must have a scientific explanation. Okay. So let's take a look at the second one. Hurricanes always have female names. Is it true or false? What do you think? Yeah, that could be true. Yes. Actually, all the names I've heard from hurricanes are female. Yes, that's true. Very good. Number three, women have a higher pain threshold than men. Pain threshold is the tolerance that someone has for pain. So it says here that women in general have more tolerance for pain than men do. This is what it says here. Yes, is it true? Yeah, that may be true because most women I know are stronger than men when they feel pain or something. Number four, the sea is blue because it reflects the sky. True or false? Yes. So you say it must be true? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is scientifically proved. A penny dropped from a skyscraper can kill a person. That's too radical, isn't it? Okay, next one. Hair and nails continue to grow after death. I've heard about it. It might be true, but I'm not so sure. Birds are bird-brained and stupid. Uh-oh, I don't think so. That can't be true. Number 8, no two snowflakes are the same. Yeah, that one I know for a fact it's true because I've seen the pictures. Yes, they're all different. They're never the same. Bats are blind. Are they really? I don't know. That one I don't know. So let's check the answers. Yeah, actually here we should listen and see the answers for ourselves. They're not giving it out. So let's listen to the audio and check it out, okay? Let's see.
Track 21. Fact or fiction?
Lightning never strikes in the same place twice.
This is completely untrue. Lightning often strikes in the same place over and over again. High trees, tall buildings, mountaintops. In fact, the purpose of lightning conductors is to be struck time and time again.
Wow, you see that's
Hurricanes
false.
always have female names.
This used to be true. From 1953 to 1979, only female names were used. But now, both men's and women's names are used. One name for each letter of the alphabet. The same lists are reused every 6 years. These are the first 6 names for 2016. Alex, Bonnie, Colin, Danielle, Earl, and Fiona.
Women have a higher pain threshold than men.
Some research suggests the opposite, but most people still believe this to be true because women have to give birth. We will never know how men would cope with this experience.
The sea is blue because it reflects the sky.
This is true in a way. The white light from the sun is a mixture of all the colors of the rainbow, but the air reflects blue light more than other colors, so we see a blue sky. Then, when the sky is brilliant blue, the sea is also, because the water reflects the blue of the sky.
A penny dropped from a skyscraper can kill a person.
Not true. It might give you a cut or a bruise, but it's not likely to kill you.
Hair and nails continue to grow after death.
Not true. This is an optical illusion. After death, the body quickly dehydrates and the skin shrinks, which gives the illusion that both nails and hair are still growing.
Birds are bird-brained and stupid.
Not true. Some birds are the cleverest animals known to science. For example, crows are smarter than chimpanzees, and some parrots don't just mimic, but understand human speech.
No two snowflakes are the same.
This could be true. No one has yet found 2 identical snowflakes. But out of all the zillions that fall, it is likely that 2 may be the same.
Bats are blind.
Not true. Bats have excellent eyesight. People think they must be blind because they have a sound radar, which means they can hunt insects at night. But it doesn't mean that they can't see.
Wow. Really surprising, isn't it, Mateus? Really surprising. So let's check out, let's mark the answers since we don't have the answers there. Let's mark it. So the other students who are watching the video can know the correct answers to the questions, okay? So let's see, the first one, lightning never strikes. No, it's false. Sometimes it strikes exactly in the same place, many times. Yes. All right. Hurricanes always have female names. False again. Because that was true until a certain time, until the 60s or the 70s. But then after that, they started using both male and female. Women have a higher pain threshold than men. Um, they're not really sure about it, but research has shown that women can tolerate pain a little longer than men. But let's check this one out. I'm not so sure. I don't remember that. Number 4, the sea is blue because it reflects the sky. Is it true or false? That's true. But here they explain that the air also makes us see the blue sky the way it is, right? It's much because of the presence of the oxygen. So that's the phenomenon that causes blue sky, okay? And the reflection of the sky, yes, can make the sea color blue, but it's also a mix of other factors. So yes, in a way, it's true. A penny dropped from a skyscraper can kill a person? No, that is totally false. They say it can cut you or bruise you, but not kill you. Hair and nails continue to grow after you die. That's false. They explain that the body dehydrates, so it shrinks. So that gives the impression that nails and hair continue growing, but no, they don't. Birds are bird brained and stupid. Oh no, that's false. No two snowflakes are the same. According to the audio, there may be some very similar snowflakes. So here we have to admit it's false. But I've always heard that snowflakes were different. Anyway, bats are blind. No, they aren't. Just because they go out at night doesn't mean that they are blind. They have a radar, they have a sound radar that helps them find the right direction, but that doesn't mean they are blind just because they have the radar. All right, people. Fantastic. So, next class, we finish discussing these things. These are very interesting pieces of information, right? So, we are going to practice a little bit more the modal verbs for deduction and probability. And we will discuss more about it with different contexts, okay? So, what did we learn today? Let's zoom out. Today we talked about, oh, sorry, I forgot to say this one here about the women having a higher pain threshold. Let's check it out. That well, I don't want to leave it blank. Let's see that. Let's check it out. Just a second.
Track
Quickly,
21.
I promise.
Fact or fiction?
Lightning never strikes in the same place twice.
This is completely untrue. Lightning often strikes in the same place over and over again. High trees, tall buildings, mountaintops. 1979, only female names were used. But now, both men's and women's names are used. One name for each.
Pain threshold than men.
Some research suggests the opposite, but most people still believe this to be true because women have to give birth. We will never know how men would cope with this experience.
So here they say that some researchers suggest the opposite, that men have a higher threshold, but the thing cannot be proved entirely because women can give birth and men can't. And then here he says, we'll never know how man would cope with this experience. Only after that could we really tell, right? So here I would say that it can be false and true. It depends on how we look at it. If we just base our answer on research, then it's false, okay? We can consider that false. But if we think about giving birth, only women can do that. So we can put here false/true. Okay. All right. So what did we learn today? Back to what we were doing, wrapping it up. We talked about some scientific findings and also some popular beliefs that people have, right? And we discussed whether they are true or false. We talked about optical illusions, right? We could see some examples here, and we learned how to um, talk about them when we are not sure about what they are, okay? So how to talk about models of using models of probability to guess what that thing might be. We don't know, right? So making guesses using modals is really nice. And we also saw phrases like look like and look simply to say that something has the appearance of something else or someone else. Okay, so the homework for this class here today is going to be, like it says here on our page on Google Classroom, workbook pages 70 and 71. Now make sure you take a look at modals of deduction and also modals for guessing that I put here. Okay, we call that modals of probability. So there are degrees of probability: sure, not so sure, and sure it's not. So we have three different probability levels. Okay, when you are sure, it must be. When you are not sure, it might be, it could be. Uh, when it's when you are sure something isn't, then oh no, it couldn't be, or it can't be. All right. All right, people. So take a look at those links I posted here about models of probability. That's really interesting. There is a worksheet here too. Actually, two worksheets for you to play with, right? And some examples of optical illusions. All right? Okie dokie. So thank you so much for coming, Mateus. Thank you everybody who is watching the video. Hope to see you again on Thursday. Let's continue our Unit 11. And don't forget, do the eye checker from Unit 10. Okay, guys? So thank you very much, Mateus. Bye-bye. See you. Take care. Bye.